Hey there, guys. Um, so I've been reading John 15, and it's always a point, it's always a place that God has me go back to and remember and really think about, because in John 15, Jesus literally lays out the whole purpose of our lives, why we're here and why we're on this planet and what we're supposed to do and how things work. And he lays it out in this beautiful parable, or this beautiful story of how Jesus is the vine and Jesus is the plant. He is the one who is rooted in the soil. And actually, here, I want to show you. I have a bunch of plants right here, actually. So, even in this plant, it's like, I love having plants all around and all these different guys up on the windowsill, because it's a beautiful reminder of these things that Jesus was talking about, that it's not just, hey, like, I'm God and you're just nothing, but he shows us how much he cares about us, and this beautiful story of how he is the vine. So even right here, if you look, so what Jesus is saying in Matthew 15, or John 15, is that Jesus is like these pieces right here. These pieces that go right into the soil, and they get all the nutrients. They pull up all the water, everything, all these good things that we need for life come through the vine. But what are we? So Jesus says, I am the vine and you are the branches. So then look at this. This guy is a branch directly coming off the vine. And so in this case, this isn't producing fruit, but is producing the green leaves and the vegetation, the things that are good to look at and satisfying. If it was just this vine, like, it wouldn't be as satisfying. You might not have this in your house if it was just the vine, but Jesus chose to do the hard work, to pull all the soil and to pull all the nutrients, and then he chose us to be his branches, that we would produce much fruit. And just like this guy, you can see where we've pruned it, and I've taken off leaves that were all dried up and this and that. And in the same way, God prunes his plants so that they produce the most fruit. Even like over here, you can see on the top where we've pruned, and I've taken some leaves off under here and all this kind of stuff, because there's no point of having a plant if you're just going to let it go wild. The point of a plant is taking care of it and making sure it produces the most it can. So the whole story of John 15 is that idea that Jesus is the vine and God, the Father in heaven, is the vine dresser, or the husbandman, or the gardener. He's the one who prunes and takes care of the plant. And we are the branches. We're that little branch. So there's this big stem, this and that, long stem, and it takes all the nutrients. And even like a tree, think about a huge trunk, it does the heavy lifting. And then we're just a little shoot, the little leaf, the little branch that comes off. But it's so valuable to be a branch, because the vine, if it had no branches, it couldn't produce fruit. Jesus is not here in the physical on the earth to produce fruit anymore. He has chosen us to be the ones that take the nutrients that is given to us by the Father, the soil, the beautiful nutrients and water and love that comes up through the soil, through the vine, and he's chosen us to be the branches, the ones that produce the fruit, all for the glory of God. So I would really suggest that you read John 15. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, and it's a beautiful picture to see, wow, God needs me. I'm valuable in this whole thing called life. I'm valuable. God wants me to produce fruit of love and gentleness. You can read it in Galatians, the fruit of the Spirit. There's a reason God uses these words, the fruit of the Spirit. God wants you to produce ample, beautiful fruit for others to see, love and patience and kindness, beautiful flowers. Think about, that's what you are. In this world that's a barren wasteland, you've been planted and this vine is growing and pulling nutrients where everyone else in the world is just desolate, fear and isolation and scared, but we have been established in this beautiful plant that brings life, and we are to produce beautiful flowers and bring forth fruit, good smelling flowers and aroma, so that people will be drawn in. Wow, there's something different about these people. There's something different about the beauty of how these people live. So I actually wrote this little song that's just a few words, but it's a good worship song, and you're free to sing it and do what you want with it. But it's just, I want to say G to C. I think I've got it like transposed, so it's a little bit different, but it's just G to C back and forth, and then I think I go to D. You could probably figure it out pretty easy, but it's just a nice little worship song, just declaring this, declaring this truth. So I've got my piano here, I don't know. Maybe that's a little low, let's see. There you go. You are the vine, and I am just a branch. You are the vine, and I am just a branch.